Today with Horion Client, we're going to be starting off with the current latest version and working our way back all the way to 1.12, one of the earliest known versions of Horion. We're going to be taking a look at all of the biggest updates and diving back in Horion's history. So here it is, you know, this is what it looks like, right? This should be the UI that many of you are familiar with. There is a lot of things over here. Most of these you can even right click on them, as you can see, and you have like a bunch of customization options, which is, as you can see, pretty crazy. You can enable them all. Most of them actually work as well. And basically, let's take a look at the UI as well, because that's always interesting. So this is what Horion 1.20.50 looks like. Very, very cool. And now it hasn't changed a lot recently. So here I have loaded up Minecraft 1.19.0, which is already kind of a throwback with this background panorama. Anyways, for last time, because it was the latest version, we were able to use the Horion injector, but now I need to use Fate Client Injector with a custom DLL. And if I click on inject here, wow, look at that, it works. So basically how this works is I have an archive of all the old Horion DLLs going all the way down to 1.12, and you can actually download that through my Discord server, which I will link down in the description below. And if you want to know how I'm going back versions, well, I've also actually got a nice tutorial on that linked in the description too. So great, 1.19.0, that was more than a year ago at the time of recording this video. So let's go right in here and open up a new world and see what it was like. Alright, so loading over here, as you can see the logo is the same, and I don't think it's going to look a lot different. Interesting seed we're spawning in here, that's definitely pretty cool, and as you can see it doesn't look very different at all. We even have the FPS counter in the bottom left, and basically all that over here. Let's open up the menu with my custom button, and look at that, everything really looks the same, which is honestly pretty interesting. Let's take a look at this. I think there is a few small different things. I believe we are missing a few things, and there might be a few things as well that we don't have anymore nowadays. Let's take a look at this custom sky. I don't remember this being a thing. Oh, I do actually need to enable it then, of course. There we go. Look at that. Alright, that is definitely pretty cool. So we can see all that stuff here. Now obviously one of the biggest things that we don't have nowadays anymore, but that we did used to have back in the day, is stuff like the .give command. These of course all still work on local worlds, but not on servers, not on realms. However, because we're in 1.19, they definitely do. Alright, so here's the usage. There we go. Let's go .give when we want diamond block, and let's give 64 of those. There we are. That is 64 diamond blocks. Man, it was fantastic when you were able to do that, wasn't it? Can't do it anymore nowadays, sadly, which, you know, is too bad, because look at me. I'm absolutely ballin' over here. Alright, here we are, 1.18, and not any version of 1.18. I'm going 1.18.12. If you know, you know, this was one of the biggest versions for Minecraft had clients. There's literally infinite all for this version. And I've selected the DLL over here, so we can go ahead, click on inject. Once again, you can download all those through my Discord server. And wow, look at that, we are already seeing some differences actually. The Minecraft logo is not being replaced by Horion here, and look at that, we can see all the changes here in the left hand side listed like so. And as you can see, there were actually a bunch of changes, which is kind of cool. We're not seeing that many changes anymore nowadays. Anyways, let's go into a world. Look at that, surprisingly enough, actually, as you can see, we are still just looking like this. The UI still looks very much the same. I am getting a little less FPS for some reason. The custom sky I enabled in 1.19 is somehow still enabled here. That's definitely pretty cool. Look at that. This looks very different all of a sudden. This is how it used to be back in the day. This is how I do kind of remember it, I suppose. More like this, less transparent, less clean, I suppose, too, but it does definitely, it doesn't look bad or something at all. There we go. Let's turn off the custom sky over here. Still looking to be a bunch, like really a lot of options. There's not anything that I can see over here that we are probably missing right away. If we turn off this and then close it up, as you can see, it just once again looks like normal Minecraft. So that is definitely pretty interesting. It is very cool to see how little the actual UI, if you're normally playing it, has changed. As you can see, really not much at all. So that is definitely pretty cool. And now something I wanted to point to here is this Java sneak in movement. And what this allows you to do is if you crouch, get under 1.5 blocks. So if I grab a slab over here, this is a feature in Java Edition where if you crouch, you can fit underneath 1.5 blocks. As you can see, it is kind of broken, but oh well, right? Anyways, this has actually been added to Minecraft Bedrock Edition in 1.20 or 1.20.1. One of the two. Anyways, it's cool to see that that was actually a hack that you could use back in the day, or a utility more, but now it's actually being added to the game. Anyways, my skin is failing to load in because I'm doing so much weird stuff. Let's see if 1.17 was very different from this. I do not think that it will actually be very different from 1.18.12, but we'll have to see. These background panoramas right here, they're really taking me back. Wow, I remember all of those. Clicking on inject over here, there we are. Oh, we just got a warning. Alright, I checked back the recording and it said that there was something potentially up with the injector we're using, which might make sense, or it's maybe just because we're going back so far. Anyways, here you can see that this logo right there, the Horion public one, is definitely different, as well as this area up here. A lot less, or actually none of the regular Horion logo. I don't know, maybe they didn't have the logo back then. The FPS counter is moved. As you can see, I'm getting like 10 times as much FPS. What is that? Wow. I wonder how accurate that actually is, because I'm not sure how much I was getting before, but I don't think that much. Oh, there we go. It's decreasing now a little. We can see the WAS and D actually on our screen now, which I believe is an option that is no longer standard enabled. And then a little bit of a flashy logo here. Let's open up the menu, which it doesn't go like that. Oh, okay, so they've changed the key here, and this looks a lot different. This looks kind of a lot more retro, I suppose you could say. I never used Horion back in this version. I remember Zephyr, but not actually Horion. Wow. Also, if you want me to do the same as like this, but then for a Zephyr hacked client, then let me know. Anyways, looking at this looks very different. As you can see, there is clearly a lot. Oh, never mind, I didn't say anything. You can actually scroll. Well, you know, there was nothing telling me I could scroll, so okay, that's interesting. I still feel like there might be a little less here. Let's see, there doesn't seem to be the custom sky, for example, that I enabled earlier. Looking at these though, there does still seem to be some solid customizability by, for example, right clicking on some of these are really wide. This is not very useful, but oh well, I mean, it works, I suppose. Still getting the descriptions in the bottom left, which is nice. And you know, actually still got some customizability here. Got the fly here as well. Fly definitely has a lot more customizability today as well. But honestly, I am pretty surprised by how good this looks for, you know, back then. Now, I did notice that my custom keybind was no longer working. So let's type in .help in the chat and check out all the commands. So we definitely do not have any of the logo stuff here or something. Right, we don't really see any of that. So let's see what happens if I try to rebind the click GUI here to F. Oh, look, that still works, and this text is still actually the exact same color and it still says the exact same as well. So now it does work. I was surprised that it didn't actually get reset earlier. Now there is actually also definitely hacks here that would no longer work today, which is why they've probably been removed. For example, the stackable item, which allows you to stack items you wouldn't normally be able to stack. So can I enable that? How do I know if it's enabled? Can I just... Oh, look, there it is. It's enabled, but it doesn't... Oh, it is. You can see that the white text is slightly brighter. That's not that... Oh, there's a Minecraft logo up here? I don't remember that. Is that always like that? I don't know. Anyways, let's take a look if that actually works. So, swords right over here. I don't think that it is working. Maybe if we grab something like a chest. It said, for example, swords, like, right? So, it doesn't seem to work. That's interesting. It would definitely also not work in the latest version. Yeah, it does say, for example, swords here, but oh well, I suppose that kind of reflects Horion today as well, right? Not everything works. Definitely not everything works. Anyways, let's move on to 1.16. Wow, immediately look at this loading screen. I remember this loading screen. I always used to have that loading screen. Back in 1.16, I think I still played on iPad sometimes in 1.16. Wow, this is taking me back. Crazy. Once again, of course, my little guy is failing to load. Oh well, let's inject over here. We're in 1. Alright, that's odd. 1.16 doesn't seem to be working that well. Let's try it again now. I have 1.16.40 that I am loading up. Let's click on... Wait for a second. It's loaded. Click on inject here. Is this going to work? I guess. Can I click here? Download the new injector. Are you saying that I can't inject this with the custom injector? Alright, so that doesn't seem to be working. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I can uninject it, but directly injecting it doesn't seem to work. Alright guys, look what I got. It was actually easier to find this than I thought. So this is the, I believe, 1.16.4 Horion DLL. Just re-downloaded because I kind of already have it, but look at this. This should be the Horion injector from back then. So let's open this up. What? This is crazy. Okay. Cool. So what happens if I click inject over here? Is it going to inject, or am I gonna need to select a DLL or something? So it says it's injected or something. I don't think so. Oh, cool. So here I should be able to locate in my downloads the Horion.dll I just downloaded. I'm not sure if this is going to work then. So, I mean, it says it's injected now. Oh my god, I am so stupid. So it literally is. Wow. It is so crazy that this works. Okay, I will link this old Horion injector here in my Discord server as well if you want to download that. Okay, I need to create a new world. This is very laggy, but I'll see how it works. And oh my god, it's not even lagging anymore, and it works. 1.16. Let's go. That is absolutely crazy. Can I full screen it? There we go. Done. If I enter the settings or the pause menu, it becomes really laggy. But oh well, who cares? As you can see, we are doing it. And let's press on the... Okay, this is apparently bound to something else. This button right over here. Okay, so this looks incredibly similar to 1.17. I'm not really actually seeing any differences. Seems to be probably maybe slightly less things, although not necessarily noticeable, I think. Wow, oh, there's a lot of customization here. That is definitely pretty cool. Anyways, something I want to look at is the commands. So, oh, lagging again. So let's type in .help in the chat. And here we can see the list of commands, which is definitely shorter than the one we have today, except of course the commands don't work anymore today. So let's check out if, for example, .give worked back in 1.20.16. So let's give diamond. Oh my god, I need to type block, and then how much of that? 64. And look at that. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's happening here. Block of diamond, now we're getting a little icon up the top there. I don't think that was a feature back in the day, but oh well. That is definitely pretty interesting. Let's check out if some of these hacks in here actually worked. So extended block reach. That crashed my game. No, it did not. It just lags a lot. So is it extended reach? And okay, so if I turn it off now, with this button, can I reach there? Oh, it is actually extended. That is pretty cool. Anyways, as you can see, these things tended to work pretty well. Oh, look at that. I can just fly around here. Very cool. Alright, now it's gonna get interesting. We're launching Minecraft 1.12.0. Wow. Sadly, there is a gap in the archives. As you can see, we are now on the final version of today, 1.12.0. One of the first ever Horion versions. That's what we're going to be looking at. Wow, this looks different. We even have an achievements button here, which we don't actually have anymore nowadays. Anyways, let's click on inject and let's see what happens. Here we go. It injected perfectly with the Just Fate client injector. That is definitely what I also did expect. The reason why I expected that is because... There we go, full screen now, is because, well, back in this version at least, there wasn't actually a launcher yet. Because as I did say, this was one of the first Horion versions. Would you look at that, and now this doesn't even look too much different from what Minecraft looks like today. Except, of course, the fact that this was probably going to be one of the biggest mountains you would find. But, you know, maybe if I just took a screenshot like this, you wouldn't be able to tell what version it is, would you? I could take a screenshot like this and say, look at me play Minecraft 1.20, and no one would know. That is definitely crazy. Anyways, I'm not sure what I'm doing here, because we are supposed to be checking out Horion. So let's click on... That doesn't work. Okay. So here it is. Wow. That is looking interesting. So we have the extra menu over here, which is, as you can see, the same menu here. And here we have a lot less things. As you can see, interacting somehow slightly works here. Oh well, so the pause screen is kind of funky, and understandably everything kind of is. So as you can see, there's a lot less things than you might expect there to be. Let's turn off the tab GUI here. As you see, there's no actual option to turn off the logo in the top left hand side. So let's see there. Oh, there isn't actually descriptions either. However, there is customizability for some of these. Okay, that is crazy. Let's try jetpack over here. Turn the speed all the way up, and yeah. So let's there we go. This is how that goes. Okay, like honestly, for such an early version, this looks pretty good. You know, 1.12.0. This was the first version of Horion that was, you know, fully, completely, more publicly released. This feels really weird, but it works so incredibly well, which is crazy. There we go. Turned it off right there. So let's see if some other things work. So no knockback. Let's go into... Wow, it is lagging in this main menu here. That is... Okay. This is a great chance to actually test out the stuff right here. So .help. There we go. Here's a list of all the commands. I assume that .give is not going to be a thing. Command give could not be found. That's right. So, oh, we do actually have a .hide, which is going to hide the thing. That makes a little bit of sense. So we do have a teleport command, some toggle commands, some... Oh, we do have bind commands too. Alright, so this is actually pretty good. This is actually kinda solid, not gonna lie. Let's see if .tp works. There we go, .tp, X, Y, and Z. So let's see, .tp, maybe 100, 100, 100, and there we are. Great. That works pretty well. Wow, it's cool seeing the old death screen. That's actually pretty interesting as well. Here we are, so we're in survival, got a zombie here, and I'm indeed not gonna have any knockback applied to me. So even though the client was definitely minimalistic, I suppose there was no, basically, well, let's find a better way to kill this zombie. It's actually resisting me pretty well. Okay, let's see if there's a better way to kill this zombie here. So, phase, fly, no slowdown, chest stealer, auto totem. That's an interesting one. Let's turn that one on. And then scaffold, nuker, insta break. There we go. Let's turn on kill aura right here. There we go. Turn the range up to maximum. And oh, I actually assume it works on players only. Anyways, let's have this thing kill me together with a few of its friends. And let's see if the auto totem works. Not really, unless that's not the intended use. I assume most of this is either way meant for use in PvP combat. I assume that's why the kill aura won't. Oh, there's a hotkey for it. Okay, so never mind. A kill aura doesn't work on these zombies, but I assume it would probably work just in PvP combat, right? I guess that makes sense. Looks like the bow aimbot works, kinda. I'm not sure if it was just that hitboxes were bigger. Oh dear, that's a baby. Because I seem to be pretty on point when hitting these things. Well, of course, that's a child, right? So that's gonna be harder. I don't know. I assume that this would also work better on players. Oh no, it definitely does work, because as you can see, that was like totally next to the target. Like, let's see that again. Let's just shoot. Okay, maybe not that much next to it, but as you can see, I assume that it works kinda. Of course, it would probably work better in PvP combat. Anyways, this is definitely very interesting. This is very, very cool. Let me know what you think of this as well. Once again, all of the tutorials so you can actually do this for yourself are going to be linked down in the description. In my Discord server, you can find that old Horion launcher I used for 1.16, which you might also need for 1.14 actually. You know, basically that stuff. 1.14, you know, I'm trying to fix the gap that we had in the archives today. Let me know if you want me to make a sequel of this. Maybe I can make a video checking out the first ever version of Horion. Maybe that would be cool as well. Of course, just let me know down in the comments. Once again, all the tutorials for this, for example, the downgrading using Fate Injector, as well as how to use the DLL files, all down in the description for your convenience. For right now, though, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.